Okay guys, this is my second try making this video. The first time I had my GoPro set in some other mode where I was just taking pictures. Hopefully this works out a little better. Okay, this is a video for new gun buyers, since there is a lot of new gun buyers that are starting to try to pick up their new firearm, their first new or used firearm. I was a new firearm owner around November or such, and the first gun I bought was actually this AR-15. It was a upper from Palmetto State and a lower from Anderson, and it's just a stock mil-spec AR-15 with Mo furniture. I went with buying this first because I thought for the same price of, let's say, a handgun and a rifle, I thought for the first gun I was getting more gun with the rifle than I was with the pistol, and that's true, but I think pistols are more challenging to shoot and they're easier for everyday purpose. You can't really carry around an AR-15 without getting shot at by the police or something bad. So this just sits at home when I go to the range. So now, for the people looking for some information when buying a new firearm, I think the Glock and the Smith & Wesson M&P series are two of the most popular strike-fire polymer guns out there. A lot of people don't like polymer guns, but I think, in my opinion, they're the most popular guns out there. Everything's a polymer gun nowadays. But let's go with the gun that I actually bought first. I bought this M&P 9 Pro Series core in a 5-inch model, brand new from Bud's Gun Shop, and I think they have the best deals around. I got it sent to my local FFL dealer, who I was lucky enough to be my coworker. What I like about this gun is, first, make sure that none of them have any ammo nearby, so it's all good. Same with the Glock, nothing's in there. We're safe. Safety first. But I picked this one up first because I liked the grip a lot better, it pointed a lot better for me, and I wanted a gun that I can take to the range and just shoot a lot and have a nice full-size gun that's not going to kick too much. And I also plan on doing some steel challenge or some IDPA or any other shooting disciplines out there, so I thought of getting this gun because it's pretty popular and it's widely used. And to be truthfully honest, the main reason why I bought this gun was I started watching a lot of YouTube videos when I wanted to buy a handgun, and I watched pretty much every Jerry Mitchell, sorry if I said your last name wrong, but every one of his videos, and he has this exact gun, but his is Magna ported or performance ported or whatever, has 4 ports in the slide and 2 in the barrel. I was about to buy that one, and then I talked to a few people, and they said if you buy that gun and take it to a competition, it's going to put you in a class with fully built race guns like 1911s and $1,000 guns. So I just went with the normal non-ported, but it does have a RMR cut, and it comes with 5 base pads, so later on if I decide to buy a RMR, I can do that. And I just liked having that option. Other than that, Main reason why I bought this gun was probably Jerry and all his videos, and of how much it's very similar to a 1911. Let me go grab a BB gun. These are my BB guns. This one is a CO2 powered, and it has a little clip for BBs. This is fun for just shooting in the backyard, shooting targets. And this one is, like everyone knows, just a airsoft 1911. This grip pattern is almost exactly the same as the Smith & Wesson. So for people that like the feel of the 1911s, more Americanized style gun, this gun is going to feel right at home in your hands and point nice and straight and flat. Another thing I liked about this gun was the rear back straps. This is a, I think this is a medium. It might be a small, I'm not sure. I have smaller hands, so I change between the medium and the small. Other than that, for stock wise, I bought it all stock, so I had the stock trigger. This is an Apex flat face trigger. I'll go into the mods later, but I'm just going to go over the main parts of the stock gun. The other gun I have is my Gen 3 Glock 19. It is a very popular gun. Everybody around the gun industry loves this gun, and I think 65% of the US police force still uses some sort of Glock, so they are tried and true. But I bought this gun used, and I bought it because it was just too good of a deal to pass up. It has the Dave Sovereign sights. I'm not sure if I said his name right, but a lot of competition shooters switch to this style of sight. It has a blacked out rear and a fiber optic front. This is green, and I said I wasn't going to go into the mods, but I'm just going to go over all the mods on this that came with the gun and why I bought it. That's one good thing about Glocks, is everybody has a Glock, and you can find a lot of them used that have stuff that you're going to do to it later on and save you money. The price range of these guns, brand new, is another big factor. This right here is like almost their highest end besides the ports, but this cost me $5.99 shipped without the FFL fee and everything. So that's a pretty good price for a brand new gun that has all the bells and whistles, the stock trigger and such. It has high sights, so you can put a armor on here and co-witness on a few of them. Put a suppressor on here with a threaded barrel, which of course I bought this gun, and a month after I bought it, on the Smith & Wesson website, they came out with the same gun with a threaded barrel. So of course you always buy something and a minute later they come out with a newer version. But I couldn't say no to this gun for the price range, and now since I bought it near Christmas time, it's gone up in price, so I'm glad I bought it. But this gun right here, they still make Gen 3 Glock 19s. There's a bunch of YouTube videos about how people like the Gen 3s more than the Gen 4s, but I seriously think they're all gonna be the same. One big difference I noticed was the Gen 4s. Their guide rod has 2 springs and is supposed to reduce the recoil. And one thing I don't like about the Gen 4s is right around here they took more material out for the guide rod, thus making this part right here, which is commonly known to crack after, let's say, you're not going to shoot this much, I'm not going to shoot this much, around 100,000 rounds, these start to crack. So why make something that's going to make it weaker? So I think Glock was smart keeping their Gen 3s around. This is a used Gen 3 Glock 19 from 2008. I think that's when the test firing was done for the casings in the box. But these come new at Bud's Gun Shop, the Gen 3s. I think they're around 500, 510 shipped without FFL fees and everything. So that's a decent price, but I just thought for a new gun where you're gonna want to replace the stock plastic sights first thing off the bat, that adds another, let's say, 80, 100 bucks. So for about the same price, you get a little more with the M&P, I think. And you don't have to go out and buy sights, but I really like these sights, and if I didn't have these tall sights on here, I would definitely go with a fiber optic sight like this. Alright, so for most of the new shooters, what I would say is don't buy a gun that your friend, your spouse, family member tells you to buy. Everyone's different. They have different strengths, different hand sizes, such and such. So I would say go to a local range that has a lot, let's say over 30 guns for you to test fire, and go and spend a good amount of a day going to test fire a gun, and bring a friend that's I'd say more experienced than you with firearms, because it's always nice to have someone to teach you just the fundamentals. Like when I first started, I would death grip both my hands, and I didn't know you're supposed to use more of your left hand, 70 to 60%, and then 30 to 40% with your right. Because if you pull, or if you hold on too tight with your right hand, you can't move your trigger finger very well, and you need mobility in that finger. So I'd say bring someone that, or just ask the range officer or range master. They're more than happy to help new people. And because so main thing is just go to a range, test fire the guns. When I went to a range, I tested the M&P. It was maybe this long, full sized, just their simple M&P model, 9mm, and then I tested Gen 3 Glock 19 and a Gen 4 Glock 17, and I found out I liked these two guns the best, M&P and the 19. You see in the firearms world, a lot of people have, let's say, an opinion of a gun that they like. Let's say they have a really big opinion or a mindset that they're already gonna buy a gun, and then when they go to test fire the guns, like for me, when I was looking to buy a handgun, I watched almost every video on YouTube for just handgun techniques and stuff. And what I found out was Jerry Mitchellurk, or whatever his name is, sorry if I said your last name wrong, he actually made the compensator design on this AR-15. But all of his videos, he is sponsored by Smith & Wesson, so he was shooting this exact gun for most of it. Maybe it would have some ports in the slide and barrel, but other than that, it's pretty much this gun. So that was a big factor in me getting this gun. It's good, it's a double-edged sword, it's good and bad at the same time. You don't really want to go into a test fire having a, let's say, a mindset of, oh, I'm just gonna buy this gun. I already know it, but I just want to test fire to cement my opinion. So when I went to test fire the guns, I shot the full-size M&P. It felt nice. It, like I said before, it's very comfortable in your hands. It points straight. and I didn't shoot it half bad, but the Glock 19 I actually shot the best when I was shooting the guns. But like I said before, I was already in the mindset of, oh, I'm already gonna buy this gun, so it was sort of hard for me to say, oh, I'm just gonna buy a Glock 19 now when I shot it better. But I already had the mindset of, oh, I'm gonna buy this gun. So when I was shooting this gun, I was like, even if I was shooting it bad, I'd be like, oh, that's fine, I'll get better with it. But when I put it down, shot this gun, shot it way better, and I was like, I don't really know what gun to get, but in the back of my mind, I already knew I wanted one of these, so that's what I would say. Just go in there with an open mind and buy something that's comfortable to you, and most importantly, feels nice in your hands. So now I am going to just go through some things when you are looking specifically between these two guns. When I first looked at these guns, I thought the Smith & Wesson was built nicer, because truth be told, the Glock is sort of an ugly gun, but I think it's a nice looking gun because how simple it is. And this gun just has a little bit more bells and whistles with these serrations on the sides, fish scale or whatever, and I think it just looks nicer, has a better shape and everything. But it's not always about looks with guns. The ugliest guns can be the nicest shooting guns, like, let's say, the Glock. They're pretty standard guns, square block Glock. A lot of people say these are 2x4 guns, but they work, and they've been working fine for a long time. And what I found out with gun buyers or gun manufacturers, most gun manufacturers in Austria, Germany, the Czech Republic, that area, Russia, where they are known for fighting wars, they built this gun for a war gun, so you know it's gonna work. This gun over here, they built it for the military.